What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Build Wealth. I'm back at it again, here to share information and resources to help you get started with building wealth. And as always, I want to punch in my website here so that way you all will know where to find me. And got some good stuff on the website, maybe some things that you'll find useful for, I'll say, a variety of topics. Actually, put this up here. So check out the site. I got some good stuff again. I want you to check it out. Share some of I have a blog section, and I've covered quite a few topic areas. So you'll see that financial planning is very, I'll say it's quite vast. Like there's it's a broad area, right? You say financial planning, that could mean a number of things to anybody, but check out the website because you may find something that you're looking for that can help you get started with building wealth or enhancing your plan. But again, a lot of good stuff on there. So for this session, I'm calling It Takes a Village. And this is partly because, well, yesterday, I wanted to share that, and I've shared this before. Like I talk about having a money team and how you have to have multiple people helping you to kind of build out your financial plan, to hold you accountable, to just keep you on point. Like you can't do this by yourself. And so I had an experience yesterday with Story to Brand. They've really been helping me a lot behind the scenes, and just wanted to give them a shout out here because when I think about how it takes a village, like I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to, make a difference in all of my endeavors. And Story to Brand has been helping me really see things from a different perspective in terms of how I present, how I post things, how I move on the internet, and it's been very interesting that there's so much that I don't know, and I almost wish I could devote more time to it and pay them even more than I'm paying, but I'm doing what I can with what I got. And so what you find is that I'm just like anybody else. And then there was a session this morning. My sister-in-law was doing a talk on, I think it was IGTV as well, or a live session, and she's a dynamic event planner. And so, like, I know she's dope at what she does, and I'm excited to see her speaking about, what she does and her expertise, because she won't hype herself up, but I'm gonna hype her up. Like, she's family, and she does a bang up job with doing events of all sorts and has an extensive experience. And she mentioned this village today. She was like, I need to, or one of her tips was, I think it was like investing or reaching out to your village. And it just made me think, about my experience yesterday with Story to Brand and my session that I had with them. I meet with them once a month. And then hearing my sister-in-law's talk this morning, it was just kind of reinforcement that I'm doing the right thing and I'm in the right space in terms of how I am working with my clients to get them to understand that Mr. BuildWealth by himself cannot get you to the promised land. And I preach how we need multiple advisors on our team. And so I'm just looking to be one of them. I tell her that everybody that I have a conversation with, I can't do it all. I don't want to do it all. But I do know that when you have a very strong team around you or your village, then you can succeed no matter what. And I want to reinforce that with this talk because I'm still finding people who don't want to do it. And I can't figure out for the life of me why you insist on doing this stuff by yourself. Financial planning ain't easy. Like, let me just be real with you. It's not easy when you're starting out and you're all alone. It takes time. You're gonna have some bumps in the road. You gotta consistently be educating yourself around whatever topic is bothering you or that you're curious about, or maybe you're considering a particular investment, and you just gotta do more. But we all have I'll call it a limited time during the day, and by limit I'm being funny, but we all got the same amount of time. So how do you leverage your time? Sometimes time is better spent working on what you're good at and investing in others to help you to get what it is that you need. So when I think about my village, like I have a money team, which I always tell people. I also have a village of, I'll call them like my board of directors that I consult with consistently to keep me on point. Like I'm always running. Yes, I need to slow down some days, and I need people to check me and tell me where I'm not doing well, or areas that I'm doing well, and to kind of keep going further with those efforts. But you got to be checking in with somebody. And I find it hard to believe that you feel like, I'm speaking in general sense, you feel like you can be very successful without the help of others. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why we continue to believe this nonsense, because when you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they always have a team of people who help keep them on point. Yes, they work hard. Yes, they may be educated. Yes, they may be talented. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do individually, and I'm not negating that. But at some point, you're going to run into a wall. You're going to run into a hurdle. You're going to run into an obstacle. And so how do you do that by yourself all the time? You're going to get lucky and you'll get through some things on your own and you'll figure things out. But what if you just told people you needed help? What if you just told people you had this expertise and maybe their expertise could help you with the project that you're on, or maybe your expertise could help something their company is focused on? And so I think about this village that a lot of us do not have when it comes to our financial plans. We don't have this team. We don't have this village. So where do you go? But that's the question I want to ask you. Is what's the alternative? You don't want to work with anybody. You don't have this community around you that's helping to keep you lifted. So how do you expect to be successful? I don't know either. I always find it interesting when people say what they will not do, and then they're expecting all these great results. And I'm thinking that that's not how it works. If you can be vulnerable, if you can be honest with yourself, and if you can just kind of reach out and get that help will come. It always does. I've been in so many situations in my life as a professional and entrepreneur. And anytime that I was struggling, if I just told somebody I was struggling, the help was delivered, right away. But every time I didn't ask, I wasted so much time trying to figure things out on my own. I was not the expert in certain, areas. And so I'm like, well, I'm smart. I can figure it out. We all got the same amount of time in the day. And at some point, you got to get past this. You can do it by yourself and just tell people you need a little help with something. And as I connect with my clients and really get to know them and their personality styles and traits, I start to see hey, this may have been the thing that they needed me for. Sometimes it's just I'm hyping people up to get them excited, right? So if you set these goals and you're not achieving them financially, I don't know if it's always the environment. Sometimes it's you. And sometimes it's you not having this plan. Sometimes it's you, not executing the plan you lay out. Sometimes it's, your time horizon may be a little off. Sometimes we feel like we can do things quicker, but maybe we needed more time. But for some of us, maybe we need some hardcore deadlines because we're always missing them. Maybe we're always procrastinating. So maybe it's a mixture of something that's going to get you to start acting right. So this is where your village comes into play. So if you do not have a village that's helping you, I'll say in life in general, I find it hard to believe that you're still around, and you're not stressed out. Maybe that's not really accurate, but I don't see how you exist. Everybody needs somebody. I just don't understand why we don't do more as a collective. And if I go a step further with the village that I currently have, those are the people I actually want to help. The people that I know, that I love, folks back home in North Carolina, those are the people that I want to see win. I don't know what role I'm going to play in people's lives when I do my work, but I'm always willing to explore. And if it's just one or two small things that I can do to help get them to that next level, then I'm going to sleep good at night knowing that I played a key role in this journey of theirs that's called life. So I want you to think about the people that you are surrounding yourself with, personally, professionally. But when it comes to this money game, you got to start to assess who are the people around you, and are they giving you good advice? Are they giving you any advice? And so think about that over the next, I'll say 24 to 48 hours. Just do a quick assessment. Who's around you? Who's around you that's good with money, bad with money, gives you good advice, bad advice? You got to start taking a look at this village, because it's very indicative of your future success. If you're hanging out with losers, you're going to be a loser. It's no secret. Everybody knows that. If you're hanging out with winners, all y'all gonna win at some point because everybody's thinking the right way. They're all doing the right thing. So it's gonna take this village to get you maybe out of your comfort zone. My sister-in-law doesn't speak a lot, but I know she's pretty damn good at what she does. And so I want to continue to promote her and her skill sets, and even my friends and everybody else who's entrepreneurial. Like, hey, let's all just support one another and watch us all win. Guaranteed. I live with this abundance mentality, and there's enough for all of us. And I know sometimes we don't think that's the truth, but if you've been an entrepreneur long enough, you know it's legit. There is plenty of opportunity. It's just a matter of, will you and your village be able to tackle all of it? So as I wrap things up here, I just want to remind people a couple things actually. If you haven't read my book, you should read it. People always ask me, like, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And I think it starts with a simple guide. And that guide is the Build Wealth Challenge, which is 8 challenge questions to change the way you think and feel about money. The link's in my bio. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. So if you haven't read my book, read the book. And I also want to send you to my YouTube channel because I've been sharing what I call my Build Wealth observations. And this is essentially diary entries that I've made long time ago. And I finally, recorded all the sessions and I'm uploading them onto YouTube. And so you'll find that I cover a variety of topics. Some of them are personal. Some of them are, client stories or things that I've seen in the media. I think it's important for me to share these stories because people sometimes just don't believe me. And I'm going to keep sharing these stories. And I figured, I might as well let the whole world witness or listen to these stories. So check out my YouTube channel, the Build Wealth Observations, like, share, comment. But if there's anything else that I can do to assist you and maybe perhaps I could be part of your village, let's start with a 15-minute phone call. It's minimal investment. We'll get right to the point. I won't waste your time. I know time is precious to all of us, but maybe it's a 15-minute call that can start this journey, start this process, start this new way of life for you. And so I would love to schedule some time with you and see how I can be of service and perhaps, again, be a part of that village of yours or your money team. And if anything else comes up, you got questions, hit me up. All right. So I'll catch you all next time.